Hello, family. Mercury was trying to retrograde this video a little bit, but we're here. Hello, hello. Tuning in wherever you're watching, just sending you so much love. May you feel connected to source, whatever you're going through right now, whatever you're facing, just tuning into that frequency of that unconditional love and support that we always have from source energy, and sending that to you. Say hey when you're hopping on, hashtag replay if you're watching the replay on IGTV or YouTube. So happy to be here this morning. Yesterday, I taught a workshop in the Sacred Sister Inner Temple. And in this workshop, I discussed how we can really focus our internal energies on aligning with the planets in a way that we can grow and overcome challenges, not so much in a way where we feel out of alignment or confused or, detached. Hi, Tiffany. Detached from source in a way that doesn't feel good. And this morning, after that workshop, it was a 2-hour workshop and a lot of downloads came through. It was really awesome, the portal we created together. And I wanted to come live here in my Facebook group and post this on YouTube and IG for the replay, because I know everyone needs to hear this right now. Everyone is on the brink, As a collective, we have all gone through so much. And with this summer, specifically coming up this summer, it's time. It's time to step fully into our power. And it's time to come back to ourselves in a very responsible way. So tuning into those words, I'm just going to create a portal around us. If you're here on this video, I want you to just take a moment and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth with a sigh. Bring yourself fully into this portal for a second. Bring yourself fully here. Be fully present. Give yourself this time to really tune in to what is going to be said, so you can not only hear it, but you also feel it in your body. And as you tune in, just feel the presence of source around you. Feel the presence. Find that breath. Even if it feels weird, just taking a moment to be present does wonders for your energy. There's a lot of energy coming through on an astrological level this summer. And it's super important for us to be aware of the negative energies that are going to try to distract us and block us from the mass blessings that actually want to occur for us all. Saturn retrograde happens once a year between May and October. And it's always a time to evaluate your relationship with the Father, specifically how the Father taught you to take responsibility, or how to not take responsibility, how to be codependent, And Bailey in the group posted a question in the High Level Intuitive Coaching Club group asking about codependency. And if you are dealing with codependency, Saturn is going to give you an opportunity to see why you think it's other people's responsibility to make you happy, why you think it's other people's responsibility to care for you, or, you know, why you continue to give your power to others when you know you can do the things you want to do with your life. So Saturn is the planet of codependency. When we felt abandoned, betrayed, overburdened, over-controlled, restricted by the father, this tends to create codependency out in the world later, in our career, in our relationship with men, and in how we relate to what we do out in the world. So what I mean by that is our self-concept and what we think is responsible or not responsible out in the world. And so Saturn retrograde is slowing us down in Aquarius. And Saturn in Aquarius is all about overcoming the limitations around the familial belief systems from the past that keep you from moving towards your future. Saturn in Aquarius is all about learning how to let go and let God build your foundation. And so if you're someone that likes control, that likes details, that likes to know the little things, Saturn in Aquarius is like, let that go. This is about the bigger picture right now. This is about you seeing how it all is happening right now, how your past, your present, and your future are all in you right now. And that's your responsibility. Your responsibility is to align yourself and to tune in to your frequency in a way that brings you up and it doesn't push you down. Saturn can be very repressive. You're either climbing the ladder with Saturn, or you're either falling down. Either way, it's your choice. And I think that's the main thing right now, is really understanding you have a choice. Saturn square Uranus. Saturn in Aquarius square Uranus and Taurus right now. It's been happening all year. You guys have probably heard me talk about this if you've watched any other of my videos. Saturn square Uranus is all about the system trying to take our personal freedom. And a square doesn't have to be a bad thing. Many astrologers who are very, traditional, like, squares, they mean, harsh lessons, all these things. Yes, there is a lesson there to learn, but once you overcome the lesson of the square, there's the power of that lesson that gets to live out through you. And so when you tune in to your own frequency, when you allow yourself to become the commander of your energy from the inside out, that is when you start to call the shots. That's taking radical responsibility for your life. Saturn wants us to be like, we are 100% creating our reality based on our belief systems that we adopted and inherited from our family and from the system, based on our own limitations we put on ourselves. And in Aquarius is all about the future and the expansion and humanity and being humane and utopia, It's like, and Uranus is ruled by Aquarius. It's currently in Taurus, and Taurus is pleasure. Taurus is pleasure and sensations and the physical and money and sex and food. So with this square, there is a timeline where they're trying to create mass world destruction, food shortages, the sex trafficking, people getting disconnected from their own DNA through the whole thing that's happening right now with the thing that you guys know what I'm talking about. And so it's this Uranus energy that's like, we literally have to liberate planet Earth right now. And if you are an indigo, if you're a starseed, if you are spiritually awakened in any way, it is now your responsibility to do that. And Saturn is allowing us to get really clear on how we can actually take these steps to create the utopia we desire. Feel into that. Mic drop. Transitioning, right? Pluto. We have Pluto retrograde. Pluto's been in retrograde for a minute now. Pluto is our deepest fears. Pluto is our deep unconscious fears. And it is about overcoming those fears of the underworld, those fears of the demons, of the dark, of the underbelly of society, you know, the fear of the unseen, of the unknown, and stepping into our power of transformation and regeneration and being able to transmute negative energy into positive energy. And so with Pluto retrograde, we're being given an opportunity to really reflect on our fears and where they're holding us back from stepping into our power. And I feel like we're already really into that. You guys have already probably been seeing, okay, wow, I realize I have that unconscious fear. That's big. And you've been coming to terms with the fact that you alone are holding yourself back from the power you truly desire to step in. And it's time for you, again, coming back to Saturn, radical responsibility. Like, I am creator, I can do this, and not on the other side of I'm dependent, I'm oppressed by the government, I feel restricted. We're not going to get where we want to be if we're in that Saturn energy. Also, karmic relationships are coming to the forefront. New soulmates are being brought together. Saturn is trining Venus throughout its retrograde. And so with Saturn in a trine is a harmonious aspect. It creates a triangle. And Venus is the planet of love and abundance. And this is actually, it's like the karmic relationships are appearing for certain reasons. Soulmates are coming into your life so that you guys can really tune into the mission you guys have together. And also money. I really feel like this Saturn retrograde is going to bless those who've been taking a lot of responsibility for their money mindset. And it's going to ease those who have been really learning how to let go of those limitations that they put around money. And it's going to allow you to expand in a way that feels really good and foundational and responsible. You know, like I said, Saturn's all about the father. So ultimately, we want to feel protected and safe in the material realm. And I think with Saturn trine in the Venus, in the retrograde, it's going to offer us an opportunity to cultivate more love with our own masculine energy and to heal our relationship on an unconscious level with our father, so that we can trust that the world does have what we want and that we can receive what the world has to offer to us. And so with the Mercury retrograde, by the way, I didn't say this, but Saturn goes retrograde tomorrow, 5/23, and it'll be there until October 11th. So it's about 6 months. It's like 5.5 months. And so with that time, it's going to be all summer. And then of course we have the eclipses this summer, which are going to be activating us. But we have Mercury going retrograde on the 30th. So Mercury retrograde on June 30th is in Gemini, and May 30th. It's on May 30th, and it's in Gemini. And it's going to really be about healing our mind and how we allow our mind to control our emotional body, and also how we allow the outside information we receive to control our mind. And it's about finding that balance in yourself to not be so easily manipulated or swayed by information, really checking in with your body. Does this feel good in my body? Is this true? Does this feel good in my body? And if it doesn't, then it's not for you. And it's really important with communication to take it easy. Gemini energy can be very, very moody. Mood swings can definitely occur with Gemini. And we have a solar eclipse. Oh, we have a lunar eclipse. Yay. We have a lunar eclipse happening on May 26th. So exciting. Right before retrograde. And then we have a solar eclipse on June 10th. So the solar eclipse is going to be in Gemini. And the lunar eclipse, I believe, is going to be in Sagittarius. Yeah, lunar eclipse, total lunar eclipse in 4 days. In 4 days. Wow. I'm excited about that. I feel that, and you know, eclipse energy lasts about 6 months after the eclipses occur. So we had our last eclipse at the beginning of the year. And so we're coming into the pattern for the summer. And yeah, it's a full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. So if you have any Sagittarius energy, okay, Sagittarius is the tradition, the religion, the foreign travel, the expansion of society and who you are out in the world. And it's about abundance as well. And with a full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, we have to learn that even though there is duality, ultimately it's all one. Even though there is duality, ultimately it is all one. And that is the truth. And I feel Sagittarius wants the truth. Ultimately, Sagittarius wants the truth. Sagittarius and Gemini share an access. So where Gemini is like manipulation and mind control, Sagittarius is the structures that are manipulated and the structures that they want to control the people's minds. And so to control the people's minds, they get people to believe that God is outside of them or that God is different things. But the truth is, God is in you and we are all one. And we all come from the one source. And with a full moon lunar eclipse, I also feel like if you know that, source is going to be pouring down blessings on you, like blessings on blessings. Get ready for large sums of money to come your way. Someone just posted in my group today, they had an unexpected 20K come in. Okay, yes. That is some Jupiter. That is, well, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. That is Sagittarius energy, just coming in with the expansion, you know, coming in with the big expansion. Get ready for blessings. I feel like this full moon lunar eclipse, like this year is not about unnecessary challenges. If you're facing challenges in your life, it is for you to grow and it is for you to expand. So instead of trying to do the same thing that you always do and push through, when you are actually a completely different person and you can't be that person anymore, slow down with these retrogrades. Figure out where you're allowing your belief systems to control your mind, where you're limiting yourself for the utopia that you really desire and the world peace that you want to create for yourself, and find out how you can take radical responsibility for that. And then share those ideas, right? Once Mercury comes out of retrograde, I really feel like we're going to be able to pop off with all these ideas we're going to get in these next few weeks. New ideas, old ideas, and it's going to be time to share them after we have this 3.5 week stationary retrograde, right around right after the eclipse in Gemini. There's going to be a solar eclipse in Gemini. Okay. And solar eclipse in Gemini is all about learning how to communicate your ideas in a way that uplifts others. And it's all about sharing and communication and learning how to speak your mind, but also how to listen to others when they speak their minds. It's a very powerful eclipse pattern. People who have that eclipse are here to teach others how to communicate. And people who have that solar eclipse have been hermits in past lives and have developed this sense of oneness in themselves. And they're here to talk about it and share their ideas. And it's really, 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 really important at this time for all of us to take radical responsibility for whatever ideas are coming through us. It's time to ground in the new earth, right? It's time to ground it in, bring it down. And so I think if you guys are in your Saturn return, if you're between the ages of 27 and 29, If you are coming out of your Saturn return, you're between the ages of 30 and 32. If you are a person on planet Earth, all this applies to you. Specifically for my people who are in a Saturn return, though. Your Saturn return is literally the part of you that wants to karmically clear. So where have you given your power away to your limitations? And where have you given your power away to the system or to systems that don't work for you? And where can you heal your foundation so you can open your heart and expand into the life that you've been dreaming about for a long time? You know, it's really important right now to flow. We got all this air and all this fire, so we just got to be the flow in it. And when we try to not let our ego die, when we let the part of us come up that says the things to us, and we try to play with it or hold on to it or make it real, when we don't detach from it, when we don't observe that part of ourselves that isn't necessarily our truth, but is holding us back from living our truth, that's when we self-sabotage. We must learn how to detach from our limits, and we must learn how to observe them in a way that doesn't control us and doesn't affect us. And that's specifically for my people with Saturn return, but also for my people who aren't in their Saturn return, and anybody really. And if it resonates, it's for you. So thank you so much for tuning into this video. I want to let you know I have spots open to work with me in June. My waitlist is open. I have 8 more spots left to work with me in June. The 33 chakra DNA activation package is my 5-week signature program. It's a 2-hour soul surgery plus 4 90-minute integration sessions where you really get to dive deep with me into your soul. And we get to the bottom of all your issues, and we heal you from the inside out so you can go out in the world and manifest the life of your dreams. And so if you've been wanting to work with me, check that out. The link is right there in the comments on YouTube, in the bio on IG, and here on Facebook, it's in the comments. I would love to hold space for you. Love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. Sending out source energy. See you guys next time. Bye.